Okay, hello everyone. Today is Monday, July 22nd, and it's 7:27 p.m. Eastern Time. Just getting around to making Jim's video. We have another live trading video from Trader Jim, and without further ado, let's take a look at Jim's live video for Monday.
Good morning, July 22nd, Monday. A bit late getting started here. Had a nice 3-day weekend. Just came home kind of late last night, so yeah, starting a bit late, but it's okay. Missed some opportunities, especially in the Russell, but again, that is okay. We'll see what we can do from here. So in the Russell, as you can see, the 5-minute in the beginning of the day went long, but then probably would have hit a couple of targets there, but then it sold off. So now that it's sold off, again, I missed the initial short, but I always like to enter on a bounce anyway. So now that we bounced here to 53.1, I took a short. So then let's now focus on this chart because I'm not doing anything with the NASDAQ yet. As you can see, this is a live chart, and the target here is $500. Two brackets, two contracts, and one contract. I really begin to enjoy this idea of a 3-day weekend. This is the second week in a row that I took a Friday off, and it just felt great, very rejuvenating. I went to a beautiful place, upstate New York, Thousand Islands. Beautiful boat show. Yes, so even though the target is all the way down at 47 over there, reality is, since I'm trading 3 contracts, I'm going to hit my target, my daily target, way before then. If this is your first time tuning in and you see this video, this channel. So this is a BWT Autotrader. This is a 5-minute chart of the Russell, and this is by far the most sophisticated and reliable Autotrader on the market today. I feel very comfortable saying that. It has many, many, many features, many different ways to trade. You get to set up your own template, your own setup, money management, and everything is very intuitive. Extremely reliable. I own other auto traders, and this is by far the best. So interesting. Once again, we have this kind of weaker Russell, stronger NASDAQ. But kind of a continuation from last week. If the trade takes too long, I'll just put the video on pause, or I'll edit it just to make it manageable. Nobody wants to see a 2-hour video, prices bouncing back and forth. Go, breaking the 50. Come on, stay below it now. And here it is. Okay, so again, nice and easy on the Russell, 5-minute. Maybe for the Russell, the 5-minute is the way to go. Here is the account again, $500 target. So you see 481, that is minus commissions on 3 contracts. So maybe a tick of slippage.
Okay, Randy here. Unfortunately, Jim forgot to engage the audio on this portion of the video. So from now to the end of the video, he's still trading live. You can see it on the chart, still running. There just won't be any commentary here. So this video is just going to trade. And maybe I'll just jump in here and narrate. So you can see the Autotrader looks like it took a long based on the pullback here in blue bars. He got blue bars, so long 3 at 78.95. Just want to show you that right here you can actually drag your profit targets, actually right here. If you hold the mouse down over this black area, you can actually drag this target lower or higher on the fly. The Autotrader also has real-time settings up here, so you can actually change parameters on the fly. Instead of going here, where you would change parameters, you would have to refresh the chart, and that would conflict with everything that's going on. But we have real-time settings that can be changed on the fly. So if you wanted to change your stop or your target or your daily goals, that kind of thing can be changed here. Okay, so not too bad here. Just took a little heat on this trade, but what we're seeing here is a nice move down and then a start to the other direction. But then what we have here is a higher low than this low here, and that is a good sign, unless, of course, the market just trades in a range here. But I haven't seen this video all the way through, so I'm just kind of narrating as we go. I'm just analyzing the market action here. So let's see what happens. So in order for the Autotrader not to take a trade at these red bars, well, Jim has this unchecked here. So it's just going to continue its current position. And no trades will be taken until this trade either hits its target or is stopped out. Okay, so very good to see another higher low here. You know, when you have this kind of action, it makes it difficult to trade via discretion, because we all have a tendency to watch our charts and watch the time and sales, or watch the dome and see prices going back and forth and see that we have profit and then we don't have profit, and so on and so forth. So very difficult to trade via discretion and all the emotions that go with it. If we can break above this level here, the high of these bars here at 1797.50 or 1798, it's probably going to pop. I can say with high confidence that the market's going to want to pop to this round number at the very least. It's going to want to tag 7,900. Sometimes trading can be very boring, waiting for the trade to develop. Sometimes it can take hours, and once again, the advantage of having your trail stops and your profit targets automated allows you to not have to watch your computer in the trade every single tick. When you get in a trade in the Autotrader, unless you're going to interact with it, there's only two things to do. It's wait and see if you either hit your target or you get stopped out. And it's certainly nerve-wracking to watch your P&L fluctuate from positive to negative, really not knowing how far it's going to go in one direction. You know, very often the market can fool you. So just curious, how many of you would be wanting to throw the towel in right about here, or move your stop to, you know, break even, hoping that if you could just get back to break even, you'd be okay. Just make enough so it wouldn't be a losing trade, but you didn't make anything. You just want to be out of here. Because certainly it looks like we made a lower low, and if we were to come up and make a lower high, that would not look very good. On the other hand, this could be stop running for all the buyers that wanted to go long here and just couldn't stand the noise. And so the buyers went long here, probably put their stops just below this level here, and it would be pretty convenient for the powers that be to come down here and run all the stops just below here. Okay, so this is kind of a make it or break it level here. It's either got to pop above, and like I said, I think it's going to want to touch 7,900 at least. I would expect that to happen shortly. So a close below the volatility stop turns the bars the other color. So, as stated, watching this kind of action can be really aggravating. So I'll ask that question again. How many of you would think about breaking even, especially now? Maybe here, I posed the question here, how many would want to get out? But then after watching this, watching your profit appear and reappear, how many of you would have either taken a profit, a small profit here, or certainly got out at this first red bar? Or here, break even somewhere along here. Very tough action to read when the market is trading in a sideways range like this. And this is only a small percent of the daily average true range of the NASDAQ. I mean, here we're just trading between 7890 and 7900. That's only 10 points in the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ has a much higher range, more like 100 points or more in the day. Today's range, to be exact, was about 200 ticks or 50 points. So this represents only 1/5 of the range, but today's range was relatively narrow. For example, on Friday we had a range of almost 600 ticks or 140 points. Therefore, 10 points is a fraction of the range. And there we tagged our target at 7,900. Looks like exactly 7,900. And notice we were filled there. Probably has something to do with the order has been sitting in the queue since your entry here. So you gain a little bit of advantage by your order staying in the queue. Now there's, that was only 2 targets taken off, so there's another target somewhere up here. I can't bring this chart down, but this one is going to probably go for its goal. Okay, at some point in here, it looks like Jim brought his stop up and then moved his stop to break even right here. So I imagine he's narrating this, but there's no audio. So he brought his stop to break even. Now, what I would suggest, if you're going to bring your stop up, you might as well use the trail high-low and trail by a bar at this point. I understand it's trying to give it a little more room, but what I would do is, if you want to do that, I'd trail by 50%. There's a number of ways to do this, but if you would have trailed by high-low, you would have been out right about here at the low of this bar. It just occurred to me, I don't think you're going to be able to see my cursor. Okay, so the trade was closed at the second last contract was break even, stopped out here. Okay, so Jim checked the box to go long here. He's willing to take another long trade, so obviously his bias is to the long side, and indeed a long trade was taken here, so we're long again. In the BWT Trade Manager here, the bid and ask is up here at the top. On the top right, you can see the bid and ask in green and pink. We'll see if it wants to test 7,900 and beyond. Yeah, it wants to test 7,900 again. Here it comes. And there the goal is hit. So pretty amazing. Since I've been tracking Jim's video, not a losing day since May of 2015. Here he's showing his P&L limits. Looks like we did pretty good positive slippage because all these trades was more commission than just a couple of dollars here.